Hey, hello guys. Hope everyone is well today. It is a beautiful day in Raleigh, North Carolina. It is March, what is today's date? March 29th, and I'm going to be telling you what I sold on eBay from March 22nd to the 28th, 2021. Hey, I'm Paul Apollonia. Before I forget, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and please like this video. I really appreciate it. Don't have many subscribers as far as other YouTubers out there. 597 right now, but love every single one of you. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to show you what I sold on eBay for last week. Let me tell you a bit about myself. I've been selling on eBay for about 20 years, seriously about the last 15. I do a lot of eBay training I used to do a lot of local community colleges in-person training, but with the pandemic, that sort of fizzled away. But I've moved to Zoom. Most of my items I get through consignment. I love doing consignment. Consignment is not for everyone. Just like everything takes time, consignment takes some time on the front end, meeting with people, figuring out what their attachment, if they have attachment issues with items, stuff like that. Just like thrifting, you have to go out thrifting and garage selling. So everything takes time. There's no real quick way to make money here, to be honest with you. But I do that. I love doing consignment. I love helping people downsize and going through some issues and stuff like that. I do a 50-50 split with consignment for the first $100, and it goes down from there on my end. I do a lot of parting out of items that I find on Craigslist and Facebook. Anything I can get for free, electronics, dishwashers is my kind of my specialty, refrigerators, anything I see. I find things on the side of the road, you name it, whatever it is, I'll make a buck out of it. My average price range of profit for selling items is to just about anything. I mean, to just about nothing, to all the way up to about 30, $40. Probably between 10 and $30 is my sweet spot for stuff I sell. I do find those gems of hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars, but those are far and few between. I'm not going to tell you that I find those all the time, but they are out there. So let's get this show on the road. Trouble finding my keyboard there. Okay. I also do a few other things besides eBay. eBay is about 85 to 90% of my income. Some weeks it's 100% of my income. I do headlight restoration, which I did several of those last week, and I also just do odds and ends for people, nothing too crazy. Just real quick things in and out. I do charge a premium hourly rate because I do show up and I get the work done in a timely manner. But so let's go show you what I sold, and I'm going to try to remember where I got it and what I paid for it, if anything, and stuff like that. Make my ugly mug a little bit bigger for you guys. First one is a very old item that I've had listed for a very long time. 2020, April 2020. That's a long time. This was a very old consignment item. A lot of times with consignment, what you'll find out is after a couple of months of having people's items, sometimes people say, don't worry about it. Just keep everything. You sold a few things for me. I appreciate that. Just keep everything. Do what you want with it. I have them sign off on the items, and that's wonderful because then it's all mine. Now, this is a very low end item. I will do consignment on lower priced items as long as there are some gems um, in the contents that I can make some serious money on. This gentleman, I probably made thousands and thousands of dollars over the years selling stuff for him. So this is one of his parents' things out of his parents' house that we found. So if we were to do consignment, it'd be a 50-50 split of $9.99, which is not much, I know, but we had a bunch of other stuff too, so it all worked out. When I do consignment, I always charge for shipping because if I do free shipping, it just messes up my matrix. I will do it every once in a while, but it's a hassle with my spreadsheet. All my pictures are done on my phone. This is obviously a very old picture, 2 years old. Lighting could have been better. I did use a white background, which I was quite impressed with. Your background should be white at least for the first picture. Google and eBay love white backgrounds. Um, like I said, at least for your first picture, do the white background. Every picture after that doesn't have to be white, but I try and keep it on the same background just for it being the same. Like I said, all pictures are done on my phone. I also say I also if I think there's something wrong with it, like for example, this is parts not working. I don't recommend new sellers selling stuff parts not working. You got a little bit of experience because sometimes people might take advantage of you. Just be real clear if you're going to do anything parts not working or sell anything not parts parts not working. To have a disclaimer in there, please read in the title. I know it takes up key information in your title and it's not searchable. Please read, but I like to make sure that the buyer knows what's going on, and I always use the condition description. Selling it as parts. Let's scroll down here so we can see it better. I copy and paste all this down to my regular description too, because it is untested. Missing antenna may have some scratches and wear from use. So it is untested. I try and do my best, taking as many pictures as I can from the sides, so people know. Let me tell you, I do most of the time I pick economy shipping. When I'm shipping, economy gives you the option of using any shipping option available in eBay, post office, FedEx, UPS, whatever else, and whatever there is in there. If you were to pick priority, you really should ship it out US. You really should ship it out post office priority. If you pick FedEx, you really should ship it out whatever you're picking out. If you pick priority and you don't ship a priority, and if there's a problem in shipping, eBay may not have your back because it's being shipped out at a different thing, and it's just weird. So if you're going to pick one shipping option, stay with it. That's why I do economy. It gives me the option of all of them. The only issue with economy is people are going to see like 5 to 10 day delivery. You may lose some people with that because people want it really quick. But if you look at my feedback, all of it is stating fast delivery. Couldn't believe how fast it was delivered, super fast delivery. So kind of all comes out in the end. Make sure you're using all your item specifics. Item specifics are very important with eBay and Google. These are things people searched on. When you're creating item specifics, you'll see a drop-down menu. Please try and pick something from that drop-down menu that's been searched like a million times. So pick something from there. If it's not in there, it's okay to create your own. It's even okay to create your own item specific. Please use item specifics. Please take your time creating your listing with using item specifics, and your description. I keep it short and sweet because people don't read. I don't know what they do anymore. I don't think they even look at the pictures anymore sometimes. um, but item specifics are really important. Like I said, the shipping we talked about. So let's move on to the next item here. Didn't sell that many items this week. At least didn't make a whole lot of money on eBay this week. This is an item that a friend of mine gave me, a dryer. Is this a dryer? Yes, it was a dryer. There was some issue with, I forget what it was now, but the parts I sold I know worked. I sold a motor. What else did I sell? I sold something else out of it. I'm probably about $120 profit into this dryer already. There's lots of money in parts and from appliances. The only problem is make sure you have a room to dismantle appliances. What I've been doing lately, and I've actually got a course I've just about done on. I've got some surgery coming up in the next 2 weeks, and I'll have lots of downtime, and I'm going to get that course done then. What I've been doing lately is I've been getting the appliance, the dishwasher, the whatever, picking it up from an ad on Craigslist, bringing my tools with me, and doing, and then just finding a spot in a parking lot near the dump, and dismantling what I need there, and taking what I don't need to the dump and just bringing the parts that I know are going to sell home. So I'm not bringing the unit home, parting it out in my garage, and then taking it back out to the dump because it's less junk in my garage. So back to this part, it is not a high dollar part. quick. It wasn't a real quick sale. It's been out there since January. Um, Free shipping because everybody else is doing free shipping. I'm not a big fan of free shipping, but I've been just if all the parts are selling or if all the items I'm looking at, all the sold items are free shipping, I just stay with the free shipping and just go with it. Make sure you're adding the cost of shipping onto your item. Also, this did go out first class. I probably should have just said first class on this because I know it would have gone out first class. It only weighed a couple ounces. May think it weighed about 8 ounces. Another note about first class is if you do your shipping through eBay, first class goes up to 15 ounces. If you take that same little package to the post office, first class only goes up to 13 ounces. So remember that. Pre-standard listing here. I did spend a little tiny bit of time getting the information for the specifics. Probably took me maybe 5 minutes to create this listing. I've been doing eBay for a very, very long time. I remember way in the beginning, it was taking me an hour to do a listing. It's just repetitive. What I do real quick with my listings is I use a combination of my phone, wherever it's at. I use an Android phone, and I'm using a Chromebook. Not a PC, not a Mac. A Chromebook runs off the Chrome OS operating system. Take It depends what kind of mood I'm in when I do this process. I either take the pictures on my phone right away, or I find another item and do a self-similar from my phone, take the pictures on my phone, upload them, and do the rest of all this work on my computer. I got old eyes. I prefer just using a bigger screen with a big keyboard and stuff like that. I know many people that run their whole business from their phone. Um, I know that a lot of people with Apple, with iPhones do it. It seems like the eBay app is sort of geared towards iPhones. They're doing the Android side much better now. Really, really good. But I know a lot of people that just use their phone and that is their whole business. They don't even run anything off of their computer, which I think is awesome. Now let's go to the next item here. Don't want to take up a lot of your time. I know it took a lot of time last week, but I had to do 2 weeks of items last week. This is these are tiles I got from my father-in-law. I talked about him before. Sold a lot of those towel racks, ceramic towel racks. He used to be a tile and bath guy and kitchen guy back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. He is now 97 years old, still kicking, still in good health, memory, but hope to live that long. And he had boxes and boxes of these tiles. This is probably his third set. I sold 5 of these. I'm offering a discount on these for multiples. 50. I think I made 54 or $39 total profit on these. These are slow sales. Some people call them long tail sales, which means you may have them for a while, but I definitely think they're worth it. If you see these at a garage sale or anywhere at a thrift store, any kind of these tiles, look them up. It took me a while to look these up. I did do a lot of research, but once I create the listing, it's done, and I just keep on I keep on throwing more quantities in there. I need to put more in there because I've got probably a whole box full of these left. Probably got about 20 or 30 of these left, so I need to add the rest, add some more in there. Took all pictures, fronts and backs, and they're very close up. I think I've sold 4 or 5 different. I think I sold one, physically one, and I've sold sets of 3 and 5 and 6, I think. So again, paid nothing for these. So far, I think all the others I've showed you, I paid nothing for. Let's see what kind of specifics I have here. Okay, here we go. So what I did here was I actually did a self-similar to somebody else that had new old stock, and I explained what I mean by new old stock. New old stock been sitting on shelf for a very long time, been sitting under his house for like 25 years. Well, I didn't say that. I just said it's on the shelf for a long time. I had to clean them up. Let's look at the other specifics here. This was, I'm trying to think, show you one I put in. There was no UPC, the color. 1 or 2 of these I put in on my own. I've created my own item specific. I think I did the sizes, the length, and the sizes and the weight. Maybe I forget. Just be honest with you. Other specifics. Don't make up stuff that is not there. But like I said, I spent some time creating this because I knew I probably have about 50 of these to sell, and they do go for good money, considering I paid nothing for them. How do I ship these? I shipped a few sets in a post office regional A box. You get those off of the post office website. You can't get those at the post office. And I shipped, when people order 2 or 3, I shipped them in a padded flat rate envelope to the post office. Sometimes you can get those at the post office. You have to look for them, but those are available online too. And that's a flat rate of $7. And price kind of varies. All depends what kind of level of seller you are. I think mine was $7.77 for that, and I think the A box was eight something, 8.25 or something. If it fits the chips and you can put a lot of weight in those things, just make sure you are bubble wrapping the living heck out of these things, which I did. Cigar boxes, we've talked about these before. I meant to scroll these all the way up. I forgot. I do smoke cigars, not a crazy heavy smoker, but I do enjoy a cigar once in a while, maybe more than once in a while. I go to a cigar and wine store, and they have these cigar boxes. They are free at the store. Some places are free, some places they charge you for cigar boxes. I would not pay any more than $1 for a box. Your profit margin is not much on these. This went out in a regional flat rate, A box, 8 something, I think it was. I just said, I forget. Again, remember, I paid nothing for this box. So I took it off the shelf. Ooh, it's empty. Took it off the shelf, brought it home, knew exactly what it was. Did it sell several weeks? I've sold these before. Although I'm surprised these are not selling like they should. I've got tons of these and they're not selling. I might just lower the price. So I made about $8 on this, which really wasn't bad. Maybe $7 around there. Paid nothing for it. Put a little bit of bubble wrap around it, put it in an A box, and it was gone. Not too much in item specifics on this thing. There's really not much to put. What are you going to put? That's about all you can do with a cigar box. It's pretty simple. I put the physical dimensions in the description. Oh, I normally put them in the other areas in item specifics too. I used to do measurements. I used to say, please refer to the last three photos of the listing because you'll see the measurements there. But you got to be careful when you got like a tape measure or a ruler with your phone and you don't angle it right. And sometimes it comes across as like 10 inches and it really is 9 3/4 inches because you had your phone angled differently. So I figured I'll just write the dimensions in. It's much easier. Lids, kind of weird. Somebody gave me these lids. They said, do you want these lids? I went, sure. See what they sell for on eBay. Don't know why people, this is the third, this person bought 2 of these? No, 1 of these, hang on. I'm sorry, I meant to scroll all these up before I did start this video. One of these, yes, they bought 1 of these, same person, and 2 of these for a total of like $22. Free shipping, went out first class. Again, I should have done first class here. I may actually change this so I've got 2 or 3 of these left, I think. I'm offering a discount if they buy multiples. Paid nothing for it, so it's fine. I probably made about $10 off of this sale, off of these two sales. Again, should have changed this to first class, which I think I will do later on. I'm going to make a note of that. So I made about $10 off of that. Again, got it for free. This is another item I got for free a long time ago, last summer. A really good friend of mine that I've known forever, for at least 15 years, through networking meetings, told me, hey man, there's a guy up here that's tearing down the barn. Do you want to go and look at the inside? Anything in the inside is yours if you want it. I don't think I was in my car 2 seconds later after I hung up the phone. Lived about an hour away, went up there. Took me 2 days to get stuff out of the barn. I made probably $800 off of stuff in my pockets, just a plethora of different things. had just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff, ranging from low end items like this all the way up to, I think I made $200 off of one item. Sold an old keyboard. Watch out for those clicky keyboards. They do go for money. I think I sold that for $25 from the barn. Just tons and tons. Old tools I sold. Um, Old computer boards. Remember, way back in the old days of computers, there used to be these big boards they pull out and they change the wires. And there was two of them up there, and they were going to throw them away. And I said, no, I'll take those. I sold each one of those for $45 plus shipping. So there's all kinds of weird things you can sell on eBay. I am sure they were just for display purposes only. They were pretty cool. I was almost going to keep them, but I rarely ever keep anything that I sell. This was a trolling motor. Back to this item. I'm sorry. And I tried to see if it worked, and I couldn't figure out how it works. I'm kind of like an idiot when it comes to like sporting stuff, but couldn't get it to work. So I figured, let me just part it out. Listed this, was sold in a couple hours, went out first class, wrapped the heck of it, wrapped it in bubble wrap like crazy, put it in a poly envelope, went out first class. Again, I should have changed this because I know, see, I'm real. What can I say? I make mistakes. When I know stuff's going to go at first class, I really should just say first class on this because that would help me out with selling stuff faster. Because again, somebody's seeing this going, whoa, man, I got to go fishing in like 2 weeks, and this guy's saying it might not get here till 10 days from now. But I sold it. We're good. I made sure that I got the part number. Well, it took me a while to get the part number off of this. I had to do Google searches. I finally found a parts breakdown on a website. Made sure it was a legitimate website. It was. Found the part number. There was actually the part number was stamped on the item, which is great. I did clean this up a little bit using a little bit of Dawn or whatever I use, multi-purpose cleaner, and I sprayed some plastic and leather stuff on it and wiped it off, and it came out pretty good. Did close-ups of the propeller because I'm assuming people want to know the propeller's in good shape and not all chipped up. And took pictures of all sides. That is done outside. Could have been a little bit brighter, but it was good. You got the item sold. I made good money on this. My shipping costs, I usually do a flat rate shipping. Sometimes I make money. Sometimes I lose money. When I make money, I do not refund the buyer. The buyer sees the cost of shipping. Like I said, sometimes I make good money on shipping. Sometimes I lose good money on shipping. It's just the way I run it. Everybody runs their business differently. That's just what I do. Let's go on to the next item here. Someone gave me an electric lawnmower last year. They bought it. They weren't happy with it. They bought it used on Craigslist. It just wasn't working out for them. Sat in my garage for about a year. Hey, whatever. I had my own death pile there. And I thought, well, let me try and sell it on Craigslist. It got really junky reviews on Google and Home Depot and Lowe's. I thought, I'm not selling this. One of the batteries worked, one of the batteries didn't. And I thought, I'm the parts man. Let me see what the parts are going for. And holy heck. This is the second one I sold. There was two battery cases. I took the batteries out, stating it, empty case. I don't know what people are doing with these things. This Mower's update. I'm thinking they're putting 3 batteries in here and using this for something else, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm a ham radio guy. Maybe they're doing it for an emergency power. Maybe somebody's using it for emergency power. I don't know. But people are buying them. Second one, I've also sold the 2 charging cords, each one for $47.95. Again, same price, I think $47 or $49.99 each for charging cords. Went out in a padded flat rate envelope. So I probably made 100. I sold 2 of these, 2 of the charging cords, and something else I can't remember. I'm well over $100. Well over $100 in profit on a mower that somebody gave me. I almost took it to the dump, to be honest with you. But I thought, let me see. I have the bag, the rear bag on eBay, and I got to put the blade up on eBay. I'm not going to get much for the blade, probably like $14 with free shipping, so probably not much at all for that. And I doubt that blade's going to go first class. So keep your eye out for stuff like that. if you're into selling stuff and parts. This is an item I did some work with Bulk, BULQ. They do liquidations. It's really a cool process, really a great way to get inventory instead of going out and thrifting and garage selling and even going out and spending your time, physical time, going out and getting things. You can go on their site, BULQ, and look at what they have. They have tons of stuff, returns, open boxes, just tons, a plethora of stuff. Really great company. I did some work with them a while ago, helped them out with a few things on eBay. They sent me a few boxes, and this is just one of the items I've sold. Be real careful, no matter who you're dealing with, Bulk or anybody else, just really watch the box you're buying for. One of the boxes I picked was full of a lot of junk and broken stuff. That was my fault. That was the box I ordered. I did order customer returns, open boxes, and stuff like that. That was not Bulk's fault. That was my fault. There's going to be, watch your miscellaneous items too in the boxes. Sometimes you'll get, it'll be a box of, let's say, 300 items, and 100 of them will be, I don't know, inflatable flamingos or something. Just watch, no matter who you're dealing with, just watch what you're ordering on the manifest. So you can either spend your time thrifting or spend your time, which is nice, at home, figuring out what boxes to order. So it's a time thing. Back to this item, not a big sale. I got it for nothing. Sold it within a couple of days. Some kind of Dr. Seuss thing. Dr. Seuss is in the hot seat right now, so I guess that's why it sold. I did mark it as used. It looked new, but I wasn't sure. Went out first class, tucked the legs in, tucked the arms in, put it into a small little poly envelope, and it was gone. Took a picture of the tag so people know it's an original Dr. Seuss thing. I have no idea. I'm not a, they call these plushes or stuffed animals. I'm not a big stuffed animal person, but it's gone. Probably made $4, $5. I'm good with it. A few minutes listing, throw it in a bag, throw it in a poly envelope, and that's it. Let's see the item specifics. This was a self-similar I found on eBay, so I used a lot of their item specifics, but make sure I added this NPN because that was the number on the tag, I think. Yep. So people know. That's about it. Short and sweet description. Here's another tile. That's another tile I sold. I think this is the one I sold 2 of them. So, there's money. I paid nothing for these. Take them all day long. I'll take 2, 3. You want to buy 1? That's fine. Works for me. This is an item I do. I do go thrifting. After golf on Thursdays, I stop at a thrift store. Usually I'm dropping off dead inventory, and I walk in and I go in and see what they got. My wife has really gotten into this Dehydrator stuff. I probably should have kept this for us because I didn't make much money on this because I had to ship it out the West Coast, California somewhere. I mean, I made hardly nothing on this. I paid $4 for it or $6 for it. I can't remember. But there was an issue, and I should have looked at it before I bought it, but I did sell it. And I did take a picture of it. Okay, there's my title, and there's a please you read. Uh-oh, used. It is working. I did test it. This thrift store is pretty cool. They do test everything. So I rarely ever test anything when I buy anything there because it's usually working. Lots of item specifics. Even put the color in there. Here's an added item specifics I always do if there's something wrong with it. Item notes: surface rust on bottom plate. Refer to photo 5. Boy, I need more coffee this morning. So let's see what photo 5 looks like. And there's it does work, in good shape, will need to be cleaned, which is true. So let's look at them. I won't talk, I'll just scroll to 5. 1, 2. Nope, there it is. I'm sure it works just fine. It just has some surface rust on it. I think I even have a closer, and I do a closer look. There, I always take a picture of the identification part, item number, model number, so people have that as the last photo. What did I make on this? I did not make much on this. I did free shipping because everybody's doing free shipping. I did economy shipping because it's a large item and it's probably going to go either FedEx or UPS. I'll be honest with you, I'm an open book. I made $7.25 on this. Yuck. But it's gone. How'd I ship it? And I took a loss on shipping supplies too. I used 2 Lowe's Home Improvement small heavy-duty boxes. Use some bubble wrap. I get most of my stuff for free, shipping materials, except those Lowe's boxes because they're nice and thick and they're really great for shipping stuff like this. I wrapped it in bubble wrap, put it on the side, put bubble wrap on the bottom, bubble wrap around it, use another telescope leather box on top of it. It was just, I didn't make much money on this at all, but you know what? It's a big item. It's gone. A learning experience, whatever. These 2 books have been in my store since 2020. Nobody's buying them. Some guy made me an offer of $12 plus shipping months and months and months ago. I was like, that's too low. Hit me again 2 months ago. Yeah, it's too low. Hit me again last month. Too low. Hit me again last week. $12. I went, you know what? Congratulations. So they're gone. $12. Sold them for $12. Made money. They went out media mail because they are books. There's no advertising in them. They are just books. I'm not a huge bookseller, but when I do, I take a lot of good pictures of the sides, showing the sides, the inside cover, and I usually do a picture of the copyright, but I guess that wasn't in there. Set up ad, made $12 on that. Okay, here's a deal here that kind of went weird. I sold 5 of these to one guy. Like the sale was like $89 for cigar boxes that I got for free. Cost me, they went out UPS, I just shipped them out, or they're in my van, I just packed them last night. I think it cost me $14 to ship them out, so I probably made about $55 on free cigar boxes. The problem is that he bought 5. I only had 4. There's some kind of bug in eBay because I don't think I would have messed up like this. I'm real anal with my listings and my quantities and everything. And I probably sold one 90 days ago or further because eBay doesn't track anything past 90 days. I only had 4. I messaged him. He hasn't responded back yet. So I messaged him. I said, I only have 4. Let me look and see if I have the other one. Maybe it's my fault, but there's a bug in eBay sometimes when you sell one, it doesn't knock down the quantity. Now, as much as it's eBay's fault, it's my fault too for not checking. I need to check the quantities after I sell stuff to make sure that it's getting knocked down. Couldn't find it. Message him again saying, look, I can't find the other one. I just sent him 4 and I'll refund them $19.99 in a couple of days. But that stinks because he bought 5 and I only had 4. What's this last one? Oh, this is a cool item here. So I'm cleaning up the attic in preparation for my surgery in 2 weeks because I won't be doing anything heavy. And I found this item I got on Craigslist probably 10 years ago. Maybe 8 years ago. 8 years ago, and it's worth $109.99. We won't go there. Listen, it took me forever because, first of all, the stamp on the item was a different number. And I looked at the box, and the box had this number on it. And I looked up the part number that's stamped on the item, and it looks exactly the same. So I went with this number that was on the box. I got this for free on Craigslist because somebody ordered it, and the manufacturer said, don't worry about it, just keep it. So it was great. And I kept it in my attic for 8 years or 10 years. Sold this thing within a week. How'd I pack it? Thank goodness I saved the original huge box, and I cut the big box down. It was a big box this thing was in. Went out 43 inches by 29 by 7 inches. Went UPS, cost me $39 UPS. Post office could not ship it. Post office is too big. FedEx was like $42. So I made $55 off of something that was sitting in my attic for 8 years. Well, on that note, that is about it for last week. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe to my channel again. Smash the like button. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get new videos that I'm posting. I did make a video, and I haven't posted it because I forgot. I used American Bubble Boy for bubble wrap. This first time I ever bought bubble wrap in my life. I used to get it from dumpsters and furniture stores and people calling me, but I needed some bubble wrap, and I bought it, and I'm very impressed with it. The only problem is my fault, not their fault. The bubbles are too small because I ordered the 3/16 bubbles. I think I bought, I forget, but I need to buy bigger bubbles next time. It's a great deal. I think I paid $39.99 or $39 for 4 large rolls of bubble wrap delivered within 2 days to my house. I will put that video up later. I get nothing from them. I just show you my experiences with them. So please check out the rest of my videos. A lot of great eBay tips. If you need an eBay training, please give me a yell. Leave a message below, and I'll get back to you. And I want to wish you guys happy reselling and have a great week. Bye-bye.